Good morning, everyone. I am Bhavna Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Gemtech, Greater Noida. In entrepreneurship development, in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the values and attitude. We'll discuss a few other topics of attitude, that is sources, types, and essential attitude of successful entrepreneur. And then we'll discuss about the innovation. So first, we'll discuss about the sources of attitude. So there are mainly three main sources of attitude, that is the personal experience, association, and social learning. Now, quality of a person's direct experience with the attitude, it determines his or her attitude towards it. For example, if a worker finds his work repetitive, he's not adequately paid, his supervisor is very tough, his co-workers are not cooperative, then that worker would develop a negative attitude towards his job because that is what he has a direct personal experience with the job. Next is association. Now, a new attitude may be associated with an old attitude object. For example, if a newly recruited worker remains most of the time in the company of a worker towards whom the supervisor has favorable attitude, then the supervisor is likely to develop a positive attitude towards the new worker also. So favorable attitude for old workers has been transferred towards the new worker. And last is social learning. Now attitude can also be learned from other, for example, from parents, teachers, superiors. So an individual may learn by having contact with others or even watching the celebrities models in the TV. So social learning makes it possible for a person to develop attitude towards something. So an unemployed person entering the job market for the first time may be favorably disposed towards a government job because other in society have such an attitude towards government job. Now, next is types of attitude. So, attitude can be classified as positive or negative attitude. Now, persons with positive attitude have high degree of motivation. They have qualities that help in facing the problems, helps in decision making. Now, those have negative attitudes, they always see the darker side of anything. They tend to look at the shadow. They tend to remain static. They waste their energy in wasteful pursuits. They feel suspicious of their own competencies, of their skills. They tend to mistrust people. They turn out to be self destructive. So, entrepreneurs having negative attitudes, they hardly survive any competition. They do not stay for long. So, based on the positive and negative attitudes, human beings can be classified as optimist and pessimist. Optimists have positive attitudes. They have drive. They have energy to forge ahead, to see the realization to their goals. While pessimists always see the dark side. So they tend to attribute the causes of their failures mostly to others, to destiny. Now let's discuss about the essential attitude that a successful entrepreneur must have. So attitude towards imagination. Entrepreneurs are visionaries. They visualize opportunities in the environment. They imagine the ways by which they can solve the problems which are being faced by the people. They quickly analyze the facts. They identify the strengths, the weakness of given situation. They find opportunities for innovation, growth, development. Next is attitude towards risk. Entrepreneurs, they are inclined to take risks, to introduce something new, to earn higher profits. They are not gamblers. Attitude towards initiative. Entrepreneurs have tendency to false initiative and not remain just onlookers. They are basically leaders, they are not followers. They endeavor to convert their dreams into reality. Then is attitude towards looking for new opportunities. Entrepreneurs, they are always been to locate new opportunities, to start new ventures, to make use of the opportunities. Attitude towards change. They have a positive attitude towards change. They love change because change is the law of life. They accept challenges. Then is attitude towards freedom of expression. They do not feel happy getting instructions from others. So, this tendency very often results in giving up jobs, giving up employment. So, they try their own ventures. They value independence. They like to think on their own. Attitude towards performance. Not only the performance, but outstanding performance. So, successful completion of the task is indicator of their performance. So, whether they are performing well or not, they have a tendency to complete tasks against the odds. Attitude towards personal capacity. They tend to believe in their capacity to influence the environment. They have a tendency to change it. So it emerges out of their value of work, which makes them believe that everything can be achieved through their own efforts. They think that in given situation they can change and influence the environment. Next is attitude towards building relations. Now they often lack various resources required to complete a particular project. So if they have a good networking with suppliers of various resources like capital or machinery or material, so many of their difficulties are solved. So entrepreneurs should have a positive attitude towards building relations. And last is attitude towards customers. Entrepreneurs have respect for their customers. They put their customers first. They give top priority to customer satisfaction. The success of a business depends upon a great extent on the ability of entrepreneur to listen to the customer, to find out what they want. Their feedback is very important. Now let's discuss another topic, that is innovation. Now, innovation is a process of doing new things or doing old things through new techniques. So innovation means introducing a new manufacturing process that has not been tested and commercially exploited, or introducing new product with which customers are not familiar, introducing new quality in an existing product, or locating a new source of raw material, opening a new market where the company were not sold their products earlier, or developing a new combination of means of production. Now, what is the difference between innovation and invention? Invention means creating something new, not only new product, but also new technique, new technological process, new design, new technology, knowledge. So every person is gifted with some competencies which can change the world. So an inventor is always one step ahead. Now inventor produces the ideas while innovator implements them for economic gain. Inventor adds to the knowledge of society, while innovator adds to their satisfaction by means of product of better and new products. Inventor conceives new idea. Innovator puts those ideas into action. So inventor is always one step above entrepreneur. So a creative person conceives an idea, searches for knowledge, assimilates the information, recognizes the feasibility of idea, and finally test that idea to prove its value. So innovation can open up huge markets, but it depends on spotting the application of innovation. So innovation is a process which requires analytical ability to work out the details in order to carry on the project. Entrepreneur has to obtain materials, arrange the persons, acquire the various facilities, and then establish the organization. Now, next is what are the types of information? Broadly, there are two types of innovation. One is technical, other one is non-technical. Technical innovation is innovation in the process by which production takes place, or innovation in the products. So, technical innovation is the pure innovation. It is creation of something different from existing technologies or products. So, new inventions can create new products, new industries. So, technical innovation is a product oriented innovation, which involves developing goods or services. While non technical innovation is finding innovative styles of management, innovative growth strategies, innovative management system, innovative organizational structure. So it is a process innovation. It is incremental, it is evolutionary. So the purpose is to make existing process more efficient. So there may be small changes in design or product formulation or material service delivery that firms make to keep their product up to date and to keep the cost down. Or they one has classified the types of innovation as into three. One is the extension, that means new use of an already existing product or service. Next is duplication, that is replication of existing product or service. Not copying, but adding something new with creative touch to enhance or improve that product. And last is synthesis, that is combination of existing concepts and ideas and devising a way to form a new application. Next are the elements of innovation. Now, innovation in first is analytical planning. Now, planning involves identifying the business activity, marketing strategy, planning how to market the products, then financial need assessment, what are the different sources of funds, how the funds would be available, how much capital is required. Next is organizing the resources. Different resources are required in the organization, like we have to obtain raw material or finished goods, then technology has to be obtained, people has to be obtained, funds is required. Next is implementation. Implementation means organizing of system to give practical shape to the innovative idea. So it must lead to desired results. And last is commercial application. So the last stage involves providing value to customers, rewarding the employees, satisfaction of other stakeholders like satisfying the investors or suppliers or society. So these are all the elements of innovation. Thank you. That's all for today. We have discussed the few topics like sources, types of attitude, and innovation and entrepreneur in detail.